Hello guys and welcome. Greetings here in Malaysia. Have you wondered what is the cost of maintaining a Volkswagen MK6 Golf GTI? Here's my story. I bought a second-hand Volkswagen MK6 Golf GTI in around June 2018. Since then, I have spent in total around 20,000 ringgit in repair and maintenance bill after 3+ years of ownership. Now here's the thing. Most of the repairs are mainly preventive measure repair. Means parts are changed before it failed, and 70% of the parts are OEM parts. If original parts, be prepared to spend an extra maybe 50 to 70% more. So here are my thoughts for you guys if you are planning to own one. After you have changed all those parts, hopefully the cost will reduce gradually. I believe the last production of the MK6 Golf GTI is around 2011, 2012, maybe mid-2012. Since it's year 2021 at the time of recording this video, I believe you can still find one that is able to loan. Good news. Now the big question is it expensive to maintain? Short answer is yes, definitely. If you compare to normal Japanese car, Korean car or Malaysian car. But not so if you compare to other cars that are on par. But with that said, it's a $250,000 car when it's new, so it has its requirements. So in average, I have spent about 7,000 per year. Bear in mind that does not include tires, road tax and insurance. Few of the big items out of the 20,000 ringgit is a set of OEM clutch pack, a timing chain set, radiator, a cooling system, water pump, fuel pump, cam housing and other bits and pieces. A few hundred here and there, that adds up to about 20,000 ringgit up to date. Now bear in mind that after spending that amount within these 3 years of ownership up to date, the car is still not in its top form. Now the big question, how much do you need to maintain the car? Well, I would say overall the car has been fairly reliable. Within that 3 years period, I have managed to clock about 40,000 kilometers lah. I have up to date broke down 3 times in total, 3 times only. If that sounds promising, 3 times only. First time was a flat battery. Okay, that one cannot be avoided lah, flat battery. Okay, because we bought it from a used car dealer. They probably give you a very old battery. Second was a starter motor. This one happens in A&W parking lot. Luckily we just bought our lunch and everything, so we just while waiting for the tow truck, we just have our lunch there inside the car. So we have like a mini car breakdown picnic. And then the third was the fuel pump. Now this one is a bit scary because I was actually driving on the road, in the middle of the road halfway, okay, and suddenly the car loses power and shut off. Every time you try to start it, it starts up, but for a few seconds it's like it slowly dies, it slowly stalls. Even if you press on the accelerator, there's no response. The RPM goes up just a little bit and then it bogs up and slowly come back down, okay, and then dies off. So that's probably the symptom of a fuel pump lah. Now when I say broke down, means broke down lah. That means the car left me stranded on the side of the road. And does not count those wear and tear lah, like a speed sensor, water leaks, oil leaks, misfiring, sagging, roof lining, broken hatch lock, brake pads, bushes, and the list goes on. So with that said, I guess if you have an extra 10,000 to 20,000 ringgit standby, okay, it doesn't mean that you have to spend that amount, but you have that in whatever form, like credit card or cash, or your mommy or your daddy have that amount standby for you in budget for maintenance and repair. I believe you are safe to own one. Now don't buy this car if you are really like stretching your budget maximum really just to purchase the car and not much left for maintenance, and hoping the car will be in top form when you bought it from the second-hand dealer or from direct owners. Now why I say 10,000 to 20,000, for sure that's not what you will surely spend, okay, every time when you visit the workshop. But along the way, you might have to spend that amount, okay? I'm not saying you will, but maybe one day, maybe 3-5 years along the road, if you are lucky, or if the car condition is good when you purchase it. For example, the mechatronic unit itself will cost you about 8 to 12,000 ringgit, depending on you getting a recon or used or a new unit or something, okay? And that stupid thing can go wrong, right? If you are unlucky, it will go wrong one day, okay? One day means maybe after 10 years, 5 years, after 200,000 kilometers, or some unlucky one, maybe 80,000 kilometers, 100,000 kilometers lah. So that one is really dependent, but that will cost you about 8 to 12,000 ringgit for that blooming thing, okay? And then the ABS module, okay, this one I heard some people has problem with it, but you have a choice of sending it for repair, or you get a used or new unit which costs about 4 to 6,000 for that blooming thing. Rebuilding the engine, very common, okay? Should your timing chain suddenly quits on you, or your engine is drinking engine oil like drinking petrol, okay? It's another 8,000 to 12,000 for the engine rebuild, okay? This one along the way also maybe 200,000 kilometers or so you might need to get your engine rebuilt. Dsg Gearbox Rebuild, okay, this one also if you are really unlucky, and is really one day, okay, for sure you will need a gearbox rebuild, or you get a recon one or a second-hand one, okay? I'm not saying you will, but one day, maybe 10-15 years later, if you are holding the car that long, okay, then and that costs about 4 to 8,000 ringgit lah. Not to mention the stupid DCC shock absorber. This one, okay, this is a bit dilemma. Okay. The DCC shock absorbers on the Golf GTI, the MK6 Golf GTI, is about 2,000 plus per piece, okay, per piece. So a pair will be about 4,000 plus for front and then 4,000 back, 4,000 plus for the back. So the total of about 8,000 over just for the DCC absorbers alone. If you still want to maintain the DCC system, okay, otherwise you have choice of bypassing it or something, change to those standalone one, those like normal Bilstein or what B8, or then you will not have that DCC system. Bear in mind you will still have the steering thing, but I don't know whether if you bypass it, I don't know whether you will still have, like when you use sport mode, the steering will be stiffer or something. Maybe you will still maintain the steering, but only thing the suspension, the absorbers will not work with the DCC system, the functions already. So there's for me, I rather maintain the DCC system, because that is one of the things that you can actually see your friend. I say, hey, brother, I can press this one, you know. Other than that, there's no bells and whistles for the MK6 Golf GTI. Unfortunately, there's no high-tech gadget or something that you can actually show off, aside from the power and the handling, okay. I believe some of those can be rebuilt many can be rebuilt. I think the absorbers can rebuild everything I think even the Mechatronic, I heard that, I'm not sure, but I still haven't found it in Malaysia, but other country I think they started to rebuild it already the ECU, everything, I think you can send it to a ECU repair specialist. They might be able to repair it in fraction of economy. Fraction means about 1,000 or something half of the price of a new unit, kedai potong unit or something So that one is up to you to source for all these things, but mainly the pricing is already mentioned. If let's say you want to get a new one, or you want to get a recon or parts from a shop, okay. Now the question is, but if you rebuild all these things, right, will it be reliable or how? Okay, that one nobody can really tell but I mean, for sake of saving costs and all, this a risk that you might want to take, or you can afford to take So just be prepared not that it will sure happen all this, okay. Like I said before, it's not that it will sure happen in near future or something, but one day it might happen, okay. When you really drive the car long enough, maybe 5 years down the road, 200,000 kilometers, sorry, okay, 100,000 kilometers or so on, okay, you might need that amount of money to repair, okay. One shot, this is 8,000, we're talking about 8,000 to 12,000 ringgit, okay, of repair. Okay, let's talk about mine starts showing sign of problem at around 180,000 kilometers, okay. And I'm not sure if the previous owner has changed those pesky things before. Like mine actually showing signs of absorbers. Those absorbers are it's already gone case already, so you can actually feel it every time you go through a bump. You feel like you're actually taking off, right, to another planet or something. Here's my story again. Downside of buying a used car without service repair, which is my case, okay, is you don't know what the previous owner have done or have changed, okay. So like things like the timing chain tensioner, okay, because it's not that easy to like open up and see whether is it a new unit, is it the updated version, or is it a new have it been changed with, unless you have a history or you have a record. Otherwise because that thing itself will actually cause a lot of trouble, okay. It's a trouble kit, okay. You need to either change it, whether you know it if change or not, or you risk your engine getting out of timing, and then you will actually screw up the whole thing. You will bend your valve, you will actually screw up the whole engine, and that you will need the 8,000 to 12,000 engine rebuild. So you're risking about 1,800 ringgit just to get the whole set of timing chain to save 8,000 ringgit, or you just wait, or you just save the 1,000 ringgit and wait for the jackpot the 8,000 to 12,000 ringgit jackpot and that not surely will happen, but it was a lot of reported case that it happened. The tensioner failed, and then the whole engine was choked already Now all these are really it's like gambling. I mean, it's a risk taking whether you want to spend that amount to change everything blindly. If you don't have, now that I'm talking about, if you don't have the record, okay, changing stuff, all the things blindly, like your coil pack, ignition coil, the ignition coil, or your fuel pump. That blooming thing is the one that caused me to be stranded on the side of the road. The fuel pump, your starter motor, okay, that one. We tried everything. We tried knocking with spanner and whatever we can find, the roadside spanner. We tried to poke it with a plastic fork and all. It doesn't work, okay. It doesn't work for us, but it might work for you, okay. Who knows? Then you might be able to start it up and just drive it to the workshop and get it changed immediately. For our case, we need to hire a tow truck, which is covered by the insurance, okay. Thank God. You need first party insurance. You need to have a list of tow truck contact if you drive a Volkswagen. And probably you need to invite them to your kid's birthday party also, okay, just to get your relationship close to them. Okay, so like I said, you can either wait for all these parts to fail and double or triple your repair cost, or you actually spend some money if you have extra, or if you're willing to, you can just spend the extra to change these things that might go wrong and cause other bigger problems before it really goes wrong and screw up everything Mainly is the timing chain tensioner I heard of that that one is really, people are really warning us to get that rectified, okay, the timing chain tensioner. So what I have learned so far, okay, first, before you purchase your Volkswagen MK6 Golf GTI or any other Volkswagen car, okay, in particular I'm talking about the Volkswagen MK6 Golf GTI but any, or maybe I can say any continental cars, okay, that might have stupid problems okay. Like BMW is well known for their also timing chain cover, or no, that one is the timing chain guide, or what is prone to also fail and cause the engine to detonate or something. And also the leaking, the valve cover and all those stuff So Volkswagen is no exception It's the same, there's same stupid problems also, okay. And look for a first you need to look for a trustworthy Volkswagen workshop specialist okay. You can find a few when you Google. There's a few, okay. The one I know is WEC Technique, WEC Technique, or you can go to, I don't know, I think there's a few. Okay, so you can find a reliable Volkswagen workshop specialist, and there are plenty around, okay. Selangor and KL area you can find, okay, no problem, okay. For Volkswagen workshop, there's no problem. I don't know why, for Volkswagen workshop, right, you can find specialists, okay. I'm talking about third party, I'm not talking about those service center. If you have extra money, all right, and you are willing to spend on original genuine parts, you can, it's no harm going to a proper Volkswagen service center like for a poor fact like me we like to save money, okay, we like to bargain prices, okay, so we will go to all these third party and we try to negotiate for any cheaper alternative to get the car running, okay. So we go for third party Volkswagen specialists lah, plenty around. For Volkswagen, we will have no problem looking for Volkswagen specialists, okay. Okay, for me personally, right, I would advise to send your car in for inspection every now and then. Okay, so this might sound crazy or might sound very stupid if you tell that to Proton or Toyota owners. So what is it? Okay, what I mean by that is like you know, like every now and then you just drive the car. I mean, if let's say you make it like every 3 months or something. Okay, this is not like you wait for the car to have any problems. Alright, it's like every 3 months or something. You just go to a workshop. Your workshop, they have nasi lemak, or that you can just stop out the nasi lemak or something lah. Coffee, you can just have coffee there. Let them have inspect the car. Okay, you can just let them see what is there anything wrong with it. Is there like signs of leaking and all? They'll be happy to inspect, and they were happy to like, oh, the brake pad are worn out. Okay, brake pad is about what? Go for OEM like me, it's about 150 per pair, so it's cheap, 150 per pair to change the brake pad, and then those V belts and all, 80 ringgit. Oil what filter, the cabin filter and all, okay, 3 months. I mean, don't change it every 3 months, it'll be crazy lah, but every 3 months you change some of those stuff lah, like 3 months this one you change the brake pad, then the next 3 months you change the cabin filter, right, just to get them to have an inspection, inspect the car, okay, just to check around, see whether it's there any leaking and any signs of things that are prone to go wrong, okay. Okay, this is not when your car is showing problem. Now, if your car is showing any signs of like misfiring or jerk during morning starts, right, when you start to drive, you feel like jerk every time you release the pedal, the accelerator, it jerks, and then you accelerate again, it jerks, everything, or it shows signs of like power, I mean acceleration is not that smooth, everything. Okay, then you will need to send it immediately, because maybe the fuel pump is showing signs of dying, or maybe the ignition coil or the fuel injectors or something. There will be signs, and what they can do is they can just plug into the computer and check it, okay. So this one is you don't have to wait for 3 months, you can just send it immediately, okay. So you spend a lot of time in the workshop lah, okay. So you find one workshop that has good nasi lemak or good coffee or something, then you can actually rub their coffee or their coffee machine, okay. Another thing, what I noticed is it's actually good to learn to feel the car, okay. I mean, because when I drive every time, I feel when there's like different, why the car feel different, you must try to like get to know your car well, so that you can actually feel if there's any like changes on the behavior. Like for my wife's case, she even if the wheels fall away from the car, she can't feel any difference, because I don't know whether it's because there's remember women, okay, they're not interested in cars, okay, not like us. We are still kids, okay. We like cars, we're interested in cars, how they drive and all. So we feel every time like if there's any difference, maybe we can have a more sense of feeling, okay. So when you can feel that your car is something is not right, you need to send it to check, because this one is maybe a telltale sign of a car of something is wrong. And don't wait for the engine light. Okay, this is really, I don't know what is the point of the engine light. It's almost useless, okay. Okay, every time when I sense a problem with the car, is actually before the engine warning lights, okay. And once the engine light come out, I think it's already too late already, okay. Most of the time lah, okay, it's already too late, okay. Like when you're on the side, you're stranded on the side of the road, and then only you see the engine light. What's the point of it? Right? So you need to try lah. I'm not perfect, so I can't really. I mean, we try our best to like feel the car, okay, get to know the car and see whether is there like a problem. Why the gear changes, the key changes is not smooth. Why there's this? Why like that? Why that? So you just send it to the mechanic, send it to the workshop to get it checked, okay. Okay, do preventive parts changes before it fails, like I said, mentioned earlier, cooling holes, everything like ignition coil, all this. If you want to bet on the cheaper things first, and don't wait for the jackpot So you just get those stuff changed first lah, huh? And with those stuff already team already changed, hope you will minimize the chances of the car leaving you stranded on the side of the road, or worse, inside a multi-story car park. Because I don't know how, man, if you really are stuck, wow, okay. Come to think about it, it's really damn scary. If you're really stuck in a multi-story car park, okay, that happens to me once before in my old BMW lah. It actually happened in Sungai Wang car park, man. Damn, all the time I really have to order 2 tow trucks. One is the carrier, one is the one with the crane one, the pulling thing one. Wow, that one is a real experience. Anyway, okay, I guess that's about it lah. So what do you guys think? For me, I believe the maintenance cost is on the high side. Okay, if you compare to, don't know what Toyota. I'm not sure, but how come people say that Toyota is so reliable and all? I mean, is it because there's nothing to go wrong? The car is just engine with there's nothing to go wrong, or maybe I don't know. I'm not sure. So, like for you, are you guys driving a Toyota? Like, why they will? I mean, what is the difference between like the maintenance cost of a Volkswagen and the Toyota? Why? I mean, there's a lot of stupid stuff will go wrong for cars, for content, especially sensors and the speed sensor and all those nonsense. Okay, but I mean, I'm not sure. Okay, alright, so forget about it. Okay, for me, of course, it's on the high side. Okay, but I have no complaint about it. Okay, as long as you enjoy the car, as long as you like what you purchase and you buy it because you wanted it. Okay, it's not because your mommy or your daddy forced you to. They probably will force you to get a Toyota, right? They won't force you to get a Volkswagen. I mean, sorry to say that those that buys Volkswagen, right, it's either they go nuts crazy or they really like the car. Okay, so it's either two you're either nuts crazy or you really like the car. If you are a normal person, you for sure you go for a newer Toyota, or for what 80,000, 70,000 ringgit, you can go for a Toyota, you can go for Myvi. Alright, all these cars is actually faster than the Volkswagen if you notice on the highway. Alright, so yeah, I think that's about it. Sorry if I miss anything. That's all I can think of. I try to write it down, okay, but sometimes it feels very weird, right, talking. But I know, you know, we all hope you don't mind. Okay, I try to read it and try to present it, and hopefully you guys will also learn anything, or maybe I will learn something while I try to present about try to write, or maybe you guys can teach me anything through the comment, or you want to screw me anything, or you want to scold, or you want to complain anything, you can do it in the comment section. So if you like it, maybe you can help to subscribe. You will help this small little channel to grow. Okay, and probably if I really can make money off YouTube, I can start my stage 2 thing my stage 2 project now not even stage yet. Okay, so appreciate it, guys. Appreciate it a lot. Thank you. Cheers, guys. Take care, especially this COVID-19 thing. Yeah, really stressing up, going crazy every day at home. What to do? Okay, so please subscribe, guys. Please subscribe. Thank you so much. Sorry, okay, if I miss anything. Sorry if I say anything wrong. Okay, forgive me. I'm just a human. I'm just a crazy Volkswagen owner. Okay, thank you so much. Bye.